Grab your drinks, guys. It is time to put the world away. Welcome to my Philippines experiment, where we gave the Philippines the best youth generation players that the editor will allow us to do. Got the editor open for this fantasy world that we've created. We're pretending. It's right. It's fun to pretend, especially when I was a kid. I just feel like I was always pretending to be someone or something, right? Some kind of superhero or something. But here we've created this fantasy world here in the Philippines where we're pretending. We just went crazy and just gave every team the best youth facilities, the best youth intake. So we're just like Operation Teach Our Youths here in the Philippines, the game of football. And we've been doing it. I mean, look at it. It's year 2042, and I think the last time, let's click on here. Where was it at, guys? I think we were ranked 47th, so we definitely have gone up. I'm gonna say 44. We're ranked now. What do you guys say? 42. Yippee-ki-yay! That's our highest we've ever been ranked. Let's look at it. This only goes back to 2032, but remember, when we first started, now I got to go all the way back to the episode 1, remember, but I think we were like 120th or something, or maybe 150th. But this is the high. Oh, we even peaked to 41. So awesome for the Philippines. We keep moving up, and that's the whole thing. We want to see where we're ranked at before the next Football Manager comes out, and I've been putting these out every week. Consistency. Let's see. Generation players, still at 200. Like I keep reminding you guys, if you get the editor, I think it was only a few dollars, you can create your own world, and you can, I mean, reputation, you can have an attendance, you can have your own rival nations in here, what languages you speak. It's awesome. So that's still 200. And I guess look at really quick, look at the top players here. And that's still Edgar Klus, 25-year-old. He's still playing there in Liverpool. I mean, why get rid of him, right? Is he kicking butt there and in the Premier League? I would say 7.22 with 32 appearances. I would say that's pretty awesome. 7 assists. They spent 94 million. Wow. And then the other Premier League player is this Joshua Singson, 27-year-old, playing with Chelsea. And then Raymond Servino still there with is that Saudi? I keep wanting to say Saudi. It's UAE, right? Yeah, it is Saudi. He was in the UAE, and he's playing there. Shoot, 5th, going on his 6th year here. His bet, oh no, 7.92. Surprised he hasn't moved on to other teams, but he's happy there, maybe in the UAE or Saudi. This guy, he looks like he's moved. Al Saad, is that Saudi? Qatar. And he is the giant here. He's the 6. Oh, I keep saying 6. He's 6'7", 103 caps for the Philippines. 26-year-old. He is the giant Filipino. Good. So he's moved on. That's probably a better league than what we got in the Philippines. The Qatar, 3 stars. What is the Philippines now, guys? Still 2-star. Hoping we'll we got to move up there. And then Robert Stanley, the 30-year-old striker there. He's with Montpellier. And then is this a new one? Brian Barbaso, defender, 5'9" defender. That's the only thing. It's hard to find some tall guys here, as we've seen. We got him on a free. He left Kaya, so he just got there, the Netherlands. And yeah, his height's letting him down, so we'll see where he plays. But defender, he's got, decent positioning. He's just not tall. He's just not going to get that jumping reach for you. Brave and balanced, but I mean, besides that, he looks good. 22. All right, so let's jump to the top teams. Looks like Kaya's still the top team there, reputation-wise. There it is. They have moved up. They're just probably underneath that 3-star. But let's go. Maralika, Manila. Always got to check out their reputation. So the lowest reputation of the top teams is 3383. The finances were still positive, and we're all sitting at 20 facilities. So let's see what players, huh? Maralika, last season it was only one team, which was Kaya, had like 5 youth players that were potential of 100 or better. So hopefully it's spread out, and let's see what youths have come through, huh? Surprise me. Click this button correctly. Here's their youth players that have come through. Anybody? Disappointing to me. I gotta get especially the bottom of the top 6. I mean, there's 96, 94, but they're hurting. They've only got a few, and I mean they're good. Well, the top player, I thought they had 2. Maybe he left, but they got this beast here. If he can get anywhere near that 155, Johannes Beller, a central attacking midfielder. And then who's the other one? They got this 126 potential Michael Banzen. And then that's it. 101 guys, 26 though already. He looks pretty good. Yep, but nothing there. Let's go, Stallion. What youths have come through your system? 36, 39 reputation guys, finances, and we're all sitting at 20s. Let's go, Let's go, Stallion. What use have you guys developed through your system? Anybody? No one over 100. That potential ability. Overall, they got a lot more than the last squad. Well, Filipinos, they got the top 2, which are these guys would be definitely all-stars. Jefferson, this guy Jefferson, Filipino. Look at, he's only 19. He's attacking right. He's at 89 right now. 26-year-old. He looks like he's asking to leave because he's not getting his agreed playing time. He's a central defender, and he's at 80 current. 26 already. There's no way he's gonna get that 169 unless he moves. And he's got to play every game for a top league. The 27-year-old, but the 95, Dan here. And then that's it. These guys are getting up there. Christian Saravino, 12. That's it. Their best Filipino current ability-wise is 95. That's the Dan guy I just looked at. But all right, so far I'm not liking it. Let's go. But hey, we got to think, right? As the Philippines nation is considered, we're moving up. We're bringing in better and better players every year. They might be looks like they're coming into 1 or 2 teams of the youth intake, but hey, overall it's benefiting the Philippines. Let me look at this before I. 3652 reputation. The finances it's getting lower, but it's still lots of money for these guys. What players, What players have come through, Asgul's development team? Let's go. Bunch of youths here. Anybody over a potential ability? No one's over 100. Bunch of 96, 94. And here's their current guys, which it's their best player, potential-wise, 23-year-old defender. He's asking to leave. He's probably not getting transferred by request. Joseph Matas, central defender. Defensive midfielder, excuse me. And, man, that's the 26-year-old. He's at 110. That's a good... Oh, yeah, look at those. He's beastly physical. That Vincent. And that's it. A lot of them are foreigners. Okay. Let's go United City. 3927 finance. Oh, look at that. That's the lowest. It's still what? 10 million. It's still a bunch of money. Remember I started everybody off with $1 billion, this same amount, but they got the least amount. United City, all their players. Let's get onto my view, the showboat view, and their lowest age. So a bunch of the youths here. Do we have anyone that's come through your system? One player, and he's exactly at potential of a 100. Jamie Barron, left wing back. So, all right, there's someone, and they do have a bunch of players here. There's probably most of them are foreigners, but the top 2, look at that. 22-year-old potential 173. And then the 25-year-old is 154. He's at 117, this Gerald Brigoli. Mental's good, except composed. He's a defensive midfielder, so he doesn't need to off the ball too much. But 25-year-old there. And then you got a bunch of foreigners. Yep, the next player here, 119, this Mark Muros, striker, 14. Yep, hopefully they can get up there. 173, a 22-year-old. This Alvin player. All right, they got some players there. Mendiola. What are they? Fourth. Okay, they're over 4,200. Wait, 4,210. 4,210. Why do I have a hard time saying that? Finances. Okay, and then they're at 20s. So what players, huh? What players have come in here? Go by the age. A bunch of youths here, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Anyone over 100? Negative. Ghost Rider, the pattern is not full. One player, guys, so far. There is, look at these, look at their top 3 players. Look at that. They got a team, though. A 20-year-old. He's at 130. And as we have seen, we've looked at PSG, we've looked at Manchester United in the past, and their players right there are right, I mean, the bottom of their players just make the cut of the top teams in the top leagues. Is at what 130 a player needs to be, current ability to make those type of big squads. So he's wanted by that. Well, there you go. See, a Chelsea, Real Madrid, and then the Hertha Berlin. What, that team, it pops up a lot here in this save. But that, yeah, you hit that 130 current ability, those big teams are going to come after you. And he's a 20-year-old defensive midfield. Let's look at his attributes. Look at those. 17 tackling for 20-year-old. Balance, bravery, decision making. You can see it. That's a quality attribute player. Light-hearted personality. Curls the ball. His trait does not dive into tackles. And then they got a 28-year-old. He's at 122, and a 27-year-old at 128. So these are all-star players as well. Look at that. I'll excel 18. Right attacking midfielder, and then Juan Soriano, if I can hover over him. Another wing back, left side. Quick speedster, great agility, either footed. I like those type. And then their next one down here, he's a 136. So yeah, they're kind of loaded here. It's good to see. They got some good Filipino players on here. And there's a bunch of foreigners. All right, good job for Mendiola. But we've only had one. We've only had one, right? United City had the 100. Kaya, the big squad here, 2.5 star. So they increased their reputation a little bit from last season. Let's see, Kaya. 5, so they're over 5,000 now. That's just going to attract more and more better players that want to come. Uh-oh, bank balance, guys. This is the first time we've seen this. So what do? I might just give every team max again. Just so they have the most money. I'll set up that after off camera. I'll just put every team again with the max amount. So they'll all be back on the even playing ground. I think that'd be all right. So let's look at the, facility still all at 2020, but yeah, bank balance and negative. Well, we want everyone to have the most money, just so in this fantasy world that we are creating, it won't hinder them to keep advancing and keep moving forward and moving up in the rankings. So I'll go and adjust those after I show you guys all this. I'll adjust it off camera. Let's go Showboat. And what youngsters have come through here, huh? Show me somebody good, and they have. Wait, was he last year? He's still on a youth contract. Oh no, he's not. This guy was last year. How did he do? He didn't play at all. 17-year-old. Oops. Yeah, he had that 160. So where's the youth start? Oh, right, just right before him. So take him off. Anybody over 100? There's one. So we've only had two crappy youth intake this year in the year 2042. Forget about this year, but there's one. Michael Aguinaldo, maybe. A left attacking midfielder. There you go. 17-year-old. Dribble already good. He's very determined. He's got some pace to him. Teamwork and technique. Wish him the best, right? All right, so let's go to the national teams. What have they been doing? And there might be players, like I said, they've come through, some youths that come through some other in different countries. These are all based here in the Philippines. They're youth players, 19. Let's see, what have they done? Have they won anything? So international, man, they have not lost. So that's a good sign. They're kicking butt. And they won this Asian Under-19 Champions qualifying their group. So whenever that's, or they've qualified. So whenever that's scheduled, we'll take a look at that. So good for them. Same thing here. They're all based here in the Philippines. Do they have any matches? Probably not, huh? There's a couple. So they got second round. They lost to France under 20s. All right. Not as good as France yet in under 20s. Let's look at under 21s. Was there anybody that did they have any matches? Not necessarily. No, nothing for years. Under 23s. Here we go. Yeah, that 188 player, that Jefferson guy. He's still there. He's 19. He's that. Keep an eye on this guy, Jefferson Wenceslao. Okay. This is that player wanted by Chelsea in Madrid. Good for him. What if they're all based here in the Philippines? Yep. What have they been doing? Looks like they lost to Thailand. They got our number here, huh? So Group G, we qualified there. Under 23s. And then whenever that's scheduled again. Yeah, they lost the group. Wait a minute. Group G under 23s. Okay, now they're in some kind of group. Asian under 23 Asian Cup qualifying Group G. Asian Cup group. Now they're in a Group D, which the top two qualify. So good luck to them. They got beat by Thailand. They can beat, come on, they can beat Saudi. Let's go. What happens. And now the senior squad, which is doing well. Look at this. Their best player. Let's look current ability wise, right? 175. Yeah, that best players though. He's playing for Liverpool. Edgar Kloos. Look at those attributes. Woo! Do everything except for jumping. Tackling, technique. Look at the vision on this guy. Anticipation. Man. He's almost there. This Joshua Singsai is 27. At that age, you don't develop too much more. But yeah, he's the player for Chelsea. And then the player, just like we saw in the top 6 there for Philippines. Saudi. He's playing in France. Our giant goalkeeper's playing there in the Qatar. And then the next, he's playing with Kaya. He's at 135. Jake Lozano. Good for him. He's attacking right side. He's real quick. He'll probably be, some big teams probably going to be sniffing for him. And then here's another player. He's at 131. He's 19. He's got a potential still to grow. And you got big teams, Chelsea, Man City, Newcastle, Tottenham. Big teams are wanting him. Michael, there's major interest, so he'd probably be leaving here soon. And he never even, so see, the youth development, he didn't start here. in the Philippines. He came through the Norway youth development. So good for him. Michael Merida, 19-year-old, 5'5". He's just shorty, so I don't know if he'll play a central defender, but on these fullbacks, sure. He's right-footed. Is he both? No, just their 1 foot, right foot. So 17 tackling. You're not getting by this guy. Positioning could be a little bit better. If you're in the marking, if you're going to be in those top leagues, you're only 19. You'll get there, buddy. What have they been doing? We just seen this, right? We just looked at this. Just looked at this. So what am I doing? Yeah. This one. Here we go. So World Cup Group B. We didn't lose. Look, we won that Group B over Iran, and we got one over Thailand finally here, and over Australia. So that means oh, I gotta look at all this. I get confused. So wait, Philippines. So they've already had it, and then the playoffs. Oh, there's just been the one game. Okay. Playoffs. Okay. When do they play? I'm all over the place, guys. Hold on. So they play, okay, Serbia, World Cup Group 1. So they're in the World Cup Group 1. Okay, here, Brazil and Serbia. Brazil's probably ranked 5th in the world, huh? Which Serbia's up there too, right? 22nd. And of course, we are 42nd. So yeah, we're big underdogs there. But hey, we made it to the Group I. We made it to the group stage here in the World Cup. So good for us, right? All right, guys, I'm going to sim it off for another. Let's look really quick. I guess I can show you guys what the world rankings here. Try to give you guys some of the world news here. It's on our world 2042. We got Spain, Germany, France, Argentina, Brazil, England, Belgium, Italy, Portugal, Mexico. And hey, we don't have to scroll that much down. Look at Thailand just right above. We got to get over them. Right, if you look at Asia, yeah, we're right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th best team in Asia. Do we got any major clubs here? The Filipinos? Not yet. For top squads. Kaya's not there yet. But the Asian Cup winners, that's right, the Philippines won it. We won it in 2039. Oh. All right, things are always improving, guys. Things are just always, we're always improving. I'm going to go ahead and, before I forget, I'm going to give all the teams here, all the teams that the most money again, and then I'm going to sim another year. And I'm lost here. There we go. We'll finish it up with this. And they won it. They had to win it last year, right? Kaya was champions again last year. With the one, they had one loss. They had 2 losses the year before. So only 1 loss last year. That was to Mendiola. So, okay. Let's go. I like to see these bottom teams. Hopefully they have some good youth intakes. They can hold in their players and be more. I like it really close. It's real competitive, and you don't know who's going to run away with the league. But the past winners is Kaya's dominated since 2030. And then Mendiola's consistently here, 2nd place the last few years. There we go, guys. Thank you for watching. Let's get to the big. Let's go to. Oh, okay. So we stayed the same. We're still 11 for 3 years in a row. We're the 11th. Our reputation for the Philippines Football League is 11th in Asia. But that's the big news. World ranking 40. Are we going to be under 40? I'm going to say I am. I'm going to say 39. Next year will be world ranked. All right. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Remember, keep moving forward.